Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition of on FFN Network, assassination attempt on former President Trump has been confirmed. They confirmed that they were gunshots fired at the former president. As of right now, there are two suspects in in custody. One is believed to be the shooter, and the other is believed to be a special person of interest. With that being said, I'm going to turn it over to I-12 GIA specialist. Our code name for him is Fogman. And go ahead, pal, hit it.
Okay, hey folks, we're live I-12 GIA and on the FFN network tonight. Looks like there was an assassination attempt on President Trump. Multiple news reporting agencies have live video and are showing it with great regularity. And of course, as always with these things, there's information coming from different sources. Somebody saying it was fireworks, CNN saying he fell off the stage. Somebody else is saying there were shots fired.
Well, that's what the White House was trying to report too. Yeah. Oh, he just slipped off the stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we waited a good 20 minutes before we jumped on the FFN special right now because we wanted to make sure whatever facts we were reporting are facts. So.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
all right, Nomad, you got something to add here, real quick?
Yep.
You got yeah, I've got a bit of stuff, but it's not. Again, it's early days, and again, just bearing in mind and saying things for the obvious. This is a federal investigation right now, so everything is wide open, and everything that is
exactly.
Right. So, yeah. So, but what I'm hearing is that the shot sensor, which is a piece of technology that basically is used for protective details. It picked up
most major cities have them too. It's like a dome on top of a police car, and it can tell you what direction the shots came from. Correct?
Yeah. There's another version of it for POTUS, and it primarily is involved where it can give a direction of where the shots came from. What I'm hearing is that 5 to 7 shots were fired. The report of the acoustics of it seem to be low caliber. Now that either means one of two things: either a subsonic round, 22 or something in that end, or maybe something that was suppressed, what people would know as a silencer. Basically, if you look at the footage, it seems to have come from the left-hand side as you look at the stage, which is Trump's right shoulder.
If I could interrupt you for 1 second, Nomad. Yeah, we do have that video, and we're going to show it now, and we're going to go back, and we're going to listen to the gunfire and all of that stuff right now. So if you bear with us, we're going to run that video right now, and then we can go ahead and talk about it. We're going to put up some live feed on some of the news channels that Fogman and I were getting some information from. And again, he's on one news source, I'm on another news source, and whatever, everybody's collaborating, and we decide if it's something to talk about. With that being said, Nomad, you're on the phone, so you are in the listening, and Fogman and I do have visual and sound. So let's take a listen. Okay, as soon as I get
something that said, take a look at what happened.
Okay, so I'm going to put it louder. Did you? Oh, without a doubt. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, chat?
Excuse me?
Nomad, did you hear the audio?
Yes, I did, but you've actually cut
Okay.
off. There's more. There's more than
Yeah,
three shots.
I know. I'm pausing it just to see if the audio is reaching everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
here we
Let's run it.
go. I got us loud so we can hear the gunshot better. So try to refrain from speaking because you'll blow my eardrums out. All right, here we go. Ready? Everybody ready? You got to take a listen. Yep. All right.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Okay, so right there for me, I counted 8 shots. We'll go back again. Okay, here we go. Yep. I counted 8.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
I counted 8. Anybody?
Yeah, I can't tell 6 or if the others were just echoes. I think there's been reports as to both 6 or 8, or 8.
Okay. All right. We're just gonna run it right through. Okay, gentlemen.
Yep.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh, that could be number 9. Did you hear it? Did everybody hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Potential number 9?
Ah, okay. Okay, we'll get into that in a minute. Let's go ahead and run this video and see what happens here. Then we can bring Nomad in. Because you've got all kinds of good information.
Ready, on you. Ready, move. Up, move, go. Up. Hawkeye's here. Hawkeye's here.
Remember, his mic is live.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I know. This whole thing is. Yeah, let's listen to the agent's commands.
Shooters down. Are we good to move?
The shooters down. They said it right there.
Oh, no shit. I didn't hear that. Wow.
Oh, well, watch this. Got to listen good. That's why we don't talk.
Shooters down. Are we good?
Yep. Sure enough, shooters down.
Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move?
Confirmed 3 times. Shooters down. Shooters down. Shooters down.
Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move? We're clear. Let's move. Let's move. We're clear. Come on.
Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Get the fucking podium out of the way.
Watch out.
Wait.
Watch. Fight. Fight. Fight.
Yep. Oh, damn. Yeah, see, I haven't seen any of this. This is good.
Wow.
Fucking gives me chills, man. Damn.
This is incredible.
Yep. Man, the crowd is fucking hot, too. Ooh.
The fixation is about the female agent already. So.
Well, there's a reason. Let nobody explain that.
I'm trying to hear the crowd noise, you know? Trying to see if we can pick anything out. But it comes tactical. Now tactical comes in to secure the crowd?
Honestly, it was so unbelievable.
See, why we were all deciding what we should say. This video was out with Forbes before anybody else, and they were already saying shots fired at Trump guy.
Right. Yeah. Newsmax had the same thing.
Now those people right there looking over the back of that, they're watching the shooter and stuff being placed in cuffs and things. Probably no.
I'm not sure. Apparently, he's already.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
So
let's,
it's safe to say we can dump this down. As I told Miss
Yeah, let's do
Howard,
that,
so.
and let's get Nomad in here and get
Hold on
his
1 second there. Okay. So
evaluation on this.
Okay. So anybody have anything to add on that? Nomad?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, I've got plenty to add.
Nomad, only what you're cleared to say, okay?
Correct,
right.
sir.
And
Thank
yes,
you.
and we believe that Trump was hit in the side of the face from maybe a deflection or something. Okay. So again, thanks, Ann and Charlie Arch for jumping in. Go ahead, Nomad. Go ahead, Nomad.
Can you hear me?
I think we might have lost him for a second there, Fogman.
So
yes,
there's
okay.
Fogman.
No, go ahead, Nomad. We got you, buddy. Okay. Yep, we got you.
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear
you. All
you
right.
now.
What I'm hearing. Okay. What I'm hearing is this: is the sheriff's office reporting that obviously the shooter is down. Service agents on stage are telling people the shooter is down. Therefore, only when the threat is down will they actually move the protectee. Second thing is the shot, which we discussed before the video. There's a number of different types, but it also gives a direction to where the shot came from. The one that Blaze is talking about, like for inner city crime and help. The one in Secret Service has is a little bit more sophisticated. It can also detect the acoustic silhouette of the actual shot. From what I'm hearing from people that I'm sort of in touch with, saying that it was either a suppressed weapon or it was a subsonic round or very close to that. That the shot came from over Trump's right shoulder, from an elevated position. 7 to 8 shots fired, 5 to 6 shots returned by agents or deputies or whoever on the ground. The shooter got 3 shots off before being taken down. That's what I'm hearing from people that I'm talking.
The shooter, I'm getting this right now, breaking from Fox News, AP. Shooter dead.
Shooter's dead.
Yep, the shooter is dead.
Good.
Yeah, he's dead. He's no more. But other than that, there's some other things that come out of it, and not knocking law enforcement in any way. There's some things that witnesses on the ground are saying that they're used to seeing that are normally present at any type of presidential rally that was not within easy access or reach. Some of these guys are security professionals, and they're saying, there's some things that may come to light later on. But thank God Trump is alive regardless, and that's basically it.
Right there.
Yep.
See the blood? That's where either
Gotcha.
a bullet grazed his ear or it ricocheted off of something. Somebody's making a phone call or something.
Not on this end. Not here.
That's Nomad.
Okay. Yeah, let's.
Hello, caller. You're on the air with the special edition of FFN Network.
Yes, please, man. This is the Nomad. The where I'm at though, right now is not very good for signal, so I call directly in. With you.
Okay, well, we're losing you slowly over here too, so we'll do the best we can, Nomad, until you find a good spot. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what you heard from what I was saying before I lost the signal. So you might relate to me what you got before the signal went bad.
Yeah, you're going from high all the way real low.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I can't even-
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
That's perfect. Okay, cool. I don't know. I don't know at what point the what I was saying was lost on the transmission or not. So I don't know how far in you got what I was talking about before I lost signal.
Okay. Yeah, we got law enforcement response. I think was the last thing we heard.
Okay, law enforcement response is that at least two agents or officials of law enforcement put the guy down.
Okay.
5 to 7 or 8 shots fired. Shooter seems to have gotten 2 or 3 shots off. And what I'm hearing is that the injury to Trump's right ear is the result of a ricochet from either a fragment or a fragment of material that flew up and hit him on the right ear.
Okay, so they got all that info right now. They already know that it was a ricochet.
If you have a direct hit on a target, the acoustics are different on a shot.
Well, I understand that, but the bullet being grazed by his ear too could have done the same thing as well. No.
If a bullet hits your ear, you may not even have an ear. You know, I don't know. I'm just going
Is that
early
germane
on.
to the? Yeah, it's a little too early to be even discussing that. He's got blood in his ear, so.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Trump is over 6 feet tall. He's a very tall guy, and somebody who has nefarious means was trying to do a headshot. Trump is very
Sounds like
tall.
he got lucky.
Yeah.
I think yes, absolutely, sir. Yes. Regardless of who the candidate is in whichever party, it doesn't matter. Someone's trying to take out democracy. It's what we got today. You know, it's not the personality; it's the principle behind it. You know.
Okay, so but for the record, everything that any statement that we we make today on the special on FFN network is speculation right now until we will confirm it when there's more than just a couple of outlets besides ourselves reporting on it. Okay. But because as of now, when I first heard it, and everybody was like, "Oh, you can't say if there was a shooter." When I first heard it, even on the ones that I sent you guys, the videos that I was taking off the TV,
right?
I heard them saying, "Shooters down." I already heard that, So when we were discussing it, it was like, "Oh, don't say anything." There's again, I understood all of that, but I was like saying to myself, "I'm like, yeah, but I heard them say it on live TV, shooter down, So,
yeah, I
right.
didn't hear that at all. But anyway, regardless,
Bogman, I mean, where do we go with this? I mean, what is happening now from a tactical perspective? Nomad, Fogman, and of course, Rainey. If you want to text and say what's up with that, because to me, I think that was a little bit sloppy. It took them a while. Anybody with serious skills, number one, they wouldn't have missed, because it seems like if they were trying to get him right behind the temple where the ear is, and that's an instant lights out. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Nomad,
Interrupt me at any time, guys.
We'll interrupt you now. I think Nomad, go ahead. That's what he's trying to get out.
Oh, okay.
Information. So let's just be quiet for a few minutes. Let him talk.
Yeah, ahead, Blaze, buddy. Shut up.
Exactly.
Go ahead. That's it.
All right. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? A headshot's a headshot, and that's the bottom line. But the other aspect of it is in relation to standard protocols and SOPs, standard operating procedures for protected details. One of the things that you should always have close to a protectee, or VIP, they call them in Europe, is a shield, a ballistic shield. I do not see any evidence of any shield. In fact, when you hear the audio from the agents who surrounded Trump, it's their body armor is going to protect the president until the shield comes up. And if you listen to the audio and we play it again, the female agent, the blonde agent who had her back to the crowd, basically at the 6 o'clock position, she's heard calling for a shield. And what seems to be, the shield wasn't on stage. It was somewhere off the stage. And that may be, there may be some other, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, I hope not. But either way, Secret Service did their job, which is the first thing, the man's alive, right? and good at. After Kennedy, no one wants to be the president. After Reagan, especially not. But the thing is, it's not an attack on Trump. It's an attack on democracy. It's an attack on that. So the other aspect of this, take away the tactical side a second. Every member of Congress, every senior leadership, and on both parties in the House, the top three in the executive, they're all after being put somewhere else right now until we establish what's going on. Is it a homegrown violent extremist? Is it from an outside actor? So there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes right now that is not evident yet. But this is like an iceberg right now. What you see on the surface is not what's happening beneath. And there's about 90% of the other stuff going on that is off camera. And with the GOP conference coming up, this whole thing changes everything for every candidate on both sides of the aisle from a protectee point of view. It's going to change the game completely. No longer can you have this. The game has changed right now. It's not the same as it was over 90 minutes ago.
Okay, is he done?
I'm done.
I don't know. We lost you there. I lost part of that.
Please, man, to jump in.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So what we have going up here is a live feed. Of course, this is from Fox, and again, they're just repeating the video over and over and over again. So, all right, I lost chat, so I don't know where he went. The Nomad's still here. All right, got that going on. All right. Anyway, so we're just we're looking at this live feed right here from Fox. We also have a live feed from Newsmax. And I'm trying to catch up to the Newsmax live feed. So, and what I'll do here is I'll play a little bit of this from the Newsmax until we see if Nomad is going to return, and I think he just did.
Nomad.
Yeah, Nomad is here. Okay. I mean, Fogman is here. All right, I'm getting all discombobulated. So,
well, it's a live broadcast on the spur of the moment. So, we are highly trained professionals. But,
right. Good. All right. So, all right. So now, okay. So, I counted like between 8 and 9 shots. Okay, I'm saying 9 now because if we go back and listen to the video that I'm trying to find, I think I might have lost it. Anyways, after a while, for like about 10 seconds or so after all of that, I heard another shot.
Okay,
I don't know.
You got the part about where 3 of those were from the suspect. The rest of them were for law enforcement putting the suspect down.
Could have been correct, sir. Yes.
Apparently, that's what's
that's what's being reported now.
That's what's being reported now.
Okay.
And they're also being reported too, again from other sources. No confirmation at this point, but there is one bystander dead, one bystander in serious condition, and the suspect is DRT, dead right there.
To where the shots looked like they came from and to where that scrum was going on. And then the crowds, they got on the intercom and they said, you got to go. Everybody's got to clear out. And everybody started clearing out. And we tried to get on air as soon as we could. And we.
Oh, and while I got that, I'll just leave it a little tiny bit. What I wanted to say earlier before everybody was having issues, and Nomad, speak up at any time to make sure we know you're still there, okay?
I'm still here, buddy. I mean, there's only so much up in the room. You got it all. Good.
I don't think, for me, after watching the video, and I don't think that the Secret Service was on their game. How did the shooter get in there? I mean, listen, now he's not getting the protection that like a president would be. He's getting a protection that allows him for an ex-president to have.
You know, well, Nomad made a really interesting point earlier.
Okay, here we go.
When he said that the principal is a large part of a large component of a protective detail. Okay.
Yes.
You will notice that there are no protective shields. There are no clear glass boxes around President Trump, like there would be around, like in the Pope Mobile, for example.
Okay,
Right?
I understand.
He's a man of the people. He likes to get out there, talk to people, shake hands, make a personal contact. So I'm sure at some point he's, to be a fly on the wall, I'm sure he's had it out with his Secret Service people who are trying to doing their damnedest to keep him alive, and he's saying, "No, we can't do that. I'm going to do this instead."
Right.
You know, so
Right.
that's another issue here. It's not all in the Secret Service.
Right.
Nomad did make a great point about the shields probably not being where they should be. I don't know. I don't know what kind of a protective. I don't know the specifics, and we really shouldn't. But he's ex-presidents or past presidents are afforded protection.
Okay, but just look at. Go ahead.
Service.
I'm letting you talk. I'm just going to pause that right there. But go ahead.
Yeah, so they're afforded protection through the Secret Service. That's part of the deal when they leave office. I don't know how much of that's being
for 10 years. 10 years.
For 10 years. Okay. So and I'm sure he has his own private security people. There's a whole assortment of things. So yeah, there's some issues, but it's what I saw from the Secret Service do just immediately was all of those folks rushed in there and covered him up with their bodies. There was nothing that was going to get through that group of people to him. And that's kind of what that job's all about. You know, you take it, you swear on the Bible to protect your principle with your own life. I mean, that's part of the deal here, and that's what those folks did. So, you know, we can talk about.
I get it. I do. I get it. But I'm just, you know, I've never done these jobs. Or anything to that nature. Okay. But, you know, I do know, like, you know, some things. And if I could just run this just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Like he's already down on the ground, right? Okay. Right. Now let's just say, for instance, okay, let's put a couple of shooters out there, right?
Well, that's part of the problem. Okay, let's go with that. Let me run with that for just a minute here. Yeah. Nomad made a great point earlier. You know, a lot of people don't know President Trump is a competition shooter. So he's been trained in all this stuff. Plus, his protective detail is going to give him advice and let him know what they want to do. You get shot at, you go to cover. That's the first thing you look for. And then you address the threat, which his people did. So, yeah, of course he's going to drop, which is exactly what he's supposed to do.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah, absolutely.
So what he was saying, though, is, but he's now a normal person might not do that. Like, let's say Reagan.
Can I jump in, fellas?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Hi, buddy. Yeah, having worked protective details in different places, in different theaters with different types of clients. Client is part of the program. He's part of it. U.S. Secret Service system is a little bit different to the Israeli system in a way. The Secret Service system is primarily what they'll do, and you saw it visually, is a cluster. It's almost like shields up in a sense with that. If there was any other type of weapon used that was not ballistic in a sense, if it had been a grenade, it would have been a different ball.
Exactly.
So yes, the agents will actually take it down, but the ballistic shields is normally going at level 4 and 4A, which is stop a rifle. So I don't be saying too much because we're talking about security issues and protocols, that if anybody's, you know, trying to pick up hints and clues about stuff, we don't be giving the game away. But here's the thing: there's another part of protective details, the advanced side of it, and that's the interesting part that will come up for utter review. And then the other thing is you have a thing called intelligent design. Intelligent design is primarily where, when I was doing details, we would deliberately put things which would obscure a potential active shooter getting an eyeball or a scope on somebody. So stuff like banners, stuff like trees, stuff like landscaping. But that particular area right there is a very open area. And again, Trump, the personality of Trump and all that he is, he's going to dictate a lot of stuff and try and push Secret Service to do things that they may not be exactly comfortable with. I think they did a fantastic job. It's the equivalent of somebody who's afraid of a dog. If you've been bitten by a dog, or if you've nearly been bitten by a dog, the experience is the same. The end result is that you're scared of dogs. So the next time anybody goes out in public, this whole game is after changing right now, and not just in the US, but overseas as well, because we're in a particular unique time in world history, but also you've got a situation where people who are involved with protecting former presidents, they're tier one operators in a sense. They've actually done their time. It's not like a golden handshake or a retirement gig to get somebody. So the on your game. George W. Bush after the Iraq thing, he had an extensive poisonous hit from bad activity. Trump himself, Trump represents a lot of things to a lot of different people, but ultimately, Secret Service did their job and they learned from this. But the weakest part of a protected detail is where the event is held and the level 2 and level 3 outer security. You're talking about local law enforcement. Local law enforcement may not have experience in protecting VIPs too often. So they may not have too much training. So there's going to be a liaison between the presidential side of it and the local law enforcement. So that will be looked at as well. But everyone's going to quarterback this. The bottom line is the man is alive. Secret Service did their job, and they learned from this. And everything now in the government and the executive and the three branches is also protected now. Everything has ramped up a gear. And everybody right now is waiting to see what's going to happen. It may be a local event, but the ripple in the pond is much larger than the event in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Wow, that Newsmax right now is showing a video of the dead shooter being removed from the stands behind him. Holy shit. Okay, and I also just got from Gateway Pundit, Biden on July 8th. We're done talking about debate. It's time to put Trump in a bullseye. Boy, is that going to come back and haunt him.
Yeah, for me, again, if there was more than one shooter, he would have been dead. Okay, because number one, I think they were too far away from him. Yeah, they charged him to get down. I don't think he naturally just went down because that's how his ankle got sprained. Is because they tackled him to the ground. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I get it, but is this okay? It's way too early to soon to be talking about tactics and techniques and what everybody else is doing.
Not really,
don't you think? Yeah, it is. Because nobody knows what the hell's going on.
I'm talking about something that I just looked at.
Yeah, whether it's good, bad, right, wrong, whatever. There's way too much happening at this point.
Right, absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. And they had him down. If there was more than one shooter, they brought him back up to his knees. Like they didn't just grab him and pull him off the stage. If you listen to the audio well enough, you can hear him say wait, let me get my shoes, shit like this.
Yeah,
Secret Service should be just no, let's go.
Well, if you look at the video that's going on right now, yeah, go ahead. No.
All right, buddy. I don't know. I don't know. As Fogman said, it's too early to tell. It's quite likely that the shooter was directly behind Trump, and that's how the bystanders got hurt and injured. So I know what's going to happen probably in the next less than 12 hours. Democrats are not going to give up on anti-gun stuff. They're going to say, "Oh no, this is why we need gun control."
Oh yeah,
guys. Can I just jump in real quick? Because we're talking about an investigation. I mean, look at this scene right here that you're seeing live. How is that not corded off? How is not every person being talked to right now about?
Well, it's a little early. Do you see them removing that body right there?
Yeah.
That's the shooter.
Yes.
It's a little early to be interviewing and cordoning off and so forth. Now,
okay. Because I don't know, because there's a lot of civilians there that could be fucking up a crime scene or doing whatever.
They'll all get interviewed. This is going to go on for a long time. The other issue, when you said something about the TAC team coming in, terrorist attack. You hit the initial target. You wait for the first responders to show up. Then you hit them again.
Okay.
So that's an issue.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get out of you guys, man.
Okay. All right. So they're going to come in. They're going to come in, secure the perimeter, all that kind of stuff. See, I'm getting the impression that there's too many people saying something went wrong with this, or somebody didn't do their jobs or whatever.
Right.
And we're not
No,
addressing.
that's not how I'm trying to put it at all. I'm
Okay,
trying to
fine.
get tactics out of you guys. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
well, you're only going to get a certain amount of tactics, because a lot of that shit nobody has any fucking business knowing. But what we're not
absolutely
addressing here,
understand. Yes, that's understandable too. But
what
look,
we're,
I mean, there's a lot you could find out. If this was like the only piece of evidence that you had to look at, I guarantee what you guys used to do and what these people that are doing their job now will fucking figure out a lot just from looking and listening, you know?
this is going to go on a lot. What we're not addressing, and what we needed to talk about, have a discussion about here, is Gateway Pundit. Biden on July 8th said, we're done talking about debate. It's time to put Trump in a bullseye.
Yeah.
That's the fucking problem here. This nut job, whatever he was, I mean, maybe he's just some whack job that
Hey, type in what you just said so I can look it up for us, please, if you don't mind. Go ahead.
What's that? Gateway Pundit.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I got it now. Go ahead.
Okay. So, where was I going with that? Oh, so those are the things that we need to be discussing. We need to figure out what the fuck's going on. You know, I don't give a shit what your politics are, whether you're left, right, the middle, libertarian, Rastafarian, Pastafarian, whatever. You do not assassinate a president of the United States. Period. End of fucking story.
Can I jump in, fellas?
Go ahead.
Can I jump? All right. So yeah, just to start answer the question that Blaze brought up in relation to particular details for former presidents. Once a person becomes a nominee, that protection detail begins immediately, not just for them, but for their immediate family, and it extends past a certain level of family. So, you know, I'm familiar with the U.S. protocols. I've done stuff European and Middle East, and there's a lot of similarities in how things are going. The advantage where things differ from the Israeli and European side is a bit different from maybe, you know, the U.S. side, because the U.S. is a different thing. Remember, and a point I'd say to you, which the anti-gun lobbies are going to latch onto, is that the access to stuff. It doesn't matter who has the access to stuff, but in Europe, you don't have the proliferation of civilians being able to buy a firearm. That is a fact, whether we like it or not. I'm pro-gun, but I'm anti-stupid. What I'm saying is that the citizenry of the U.S. is different to a person in France or Italy or Germany or UK. So they don't have access to stuff readily, but you still have access to firearms. It's a different route. Number two, Fogman's correct. The quarterbacking on tactics, we've got to be very mindful of the fact that people are, we don't know, nobody knows yet. I mean, the shoe hasn't dropped. The other aspect of it is what's happening now off camera. And I want to bring it back to grounded a little bit. What's going on right now is that the president's family is already with him on the way. They're also secured. Everybody who's a potential nominee is there. And so they're all being looked at. Those 3 or 4 contenders Trump has for VP, they're also now being afforded something else. Because you know, as Fogman said, first of more than one action. The motivation will come out later on. There'll be the digesting of everything else. But the bottom line is that, and Fogman said it, a future president of the U.S., a former president, they have tried to kill him. So that's the thing. It is no longer the same election we had 2 hours ago. The election has taken a different change now in tenure and in course. And people need to be very mindful of what they're saying, engage their brain so they open their mouth, and not jump on either one side, because words have consequences now. They were quick enough to throw Trump under the bus on January 6th. Now it's reverse polarity, and look what's happened. So we don't know. This guy could have been an anti-Trump vote, not just on the left side. We don't know. So we got to wait and see. Tactically, there's a lot of stuff that will be there. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff. Even after the event, there's still more checks done. So I'm sure we'll have a follow-up on this.
Okay, so Fox is interviewing people that were there right now. So you want to take a listen in?
Yeah, so apparently Biden's getting ready to address the nation too, so we should probably be watching for that.
Well, yeah, it's going to bounce on either one of these. They're both live, so I just want to hear. Where the hell is it? Yeah. Oops, sorry. They both look the same, so It's kind of hard.
All right, somebody's saying,
All
man,
right.
are you gentlemen tracking is that the shooter was on the roof? Do you miss more area? Huh. I don't know. Okay. Let's see what they have to say.
Man, are you gentlemen tracking? Is that the shooter was on the roof? What roof? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
We hadn't heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't heard that, and because we gotta get some stuff. We got to get a package together, Fogman, on what we can actually report in the next half hour where we're gonna go. Obama, absolutely no place for political violence.
Yeah, he's one to talk.
So, all right, let's listen to some of these viewers here.
You could hear two different guns. There was 4 shots from at least one and 2 shots from another gun. You could tell there was 2 different guns that I could hear. I don't know which was which.
Wow.
It was hard to tell which was
There's
which.
the conspiracy.
You could hear the bullets, and then you seen people, and somebody got shot, and you could actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. Glad you're okay. But that's what we're hearing. At least one person shot in that crowd has died, according to the Butler County District Attorney. Bill, we'll keep you posted on what else we hear.
All right. Thanks, Alexis McAdams. Back with you momentarily, Shannon.
All right, we're going to bring in Congressman Dan Muser out of Pennsylvania.
All right, they're going to bring in the congressman. Let's bounce right over here to Newsmax real quick.
Let's do that real quick. The guy said, whoever they were interviewing said, it's not a conspiracy. Two different guns. But remember, let's get focused on what we know here. 3 shots fired at President Trump. 8 shots total. The rest of them were from law enforcement putting the shooter down.
Right.
Okay. There wasn't a second shooter. There's no guy on a hill someplace.
Right.
There's no. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Wait, should we redo this on a Xeno Files or what?
No, definitely not. So so let's not.
Too serious for that.
Yeah, it's too serious for that. My point being is that let's not get too far out in the weeds here.
Yeah.
2 guns, yeah, but the second half of that was all law enforcement guns, not a second shooter.
Right.
Just to confirm. Okay.
Well, like I said, we caught it when he said 2 guns.
Right.
So that's me jumping.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
That's me jumping.
Yeah,
that's because
exactly.
I'm just trying to pull things out. Just trying to pull it out.
Okay.
All right. So let's go to see what Newsmax is saying right now. Yeah.
All right.
Well, they're saying.
We also heard from an eyewitness that they were trying to call attention to this person on a roof for some period
Wait a minute.
of time.
Wait a minute. Newsmax
before
is saying
the shots
Biden,
started
there's no
to ring
place
out.
for
There's
this
also
kind
a
of
report that
violence.
another person,
Didn't
a
Barack
rally
just say
attendee,
pretty
just a
much the
regular
same
person
thing?
there, may have been
I read it
seriously
from
wounded.
Fox.
We saw CPR being performed
I'm just saying
on
they're too
an
close
individual,
together
and a
to
lot of folks trying to help
this
him.
for a second.
We don't have an
I'm
identity.
sorry.
We don't have much of anything.
Go ahead.
Okay, did you not hear? Okay, this guy, the newscaster, just said there was somebody on the roof that people were trying to call attention to.
Oh, okay. Want to back it up?
Yeah, back it up and let's see
right.
Listen to that.
Okay.
See something that said, take a look at what happened.
Okay, guys, I'm like hearing like crazy stuff coming from that audio, what they're saying.
Okay,
that mic is live.
I know, but get back to the news broadcast part.
You want, excuse me?
We have all of this. Get back to where the newscaster from whatever it was you're talking about.
We ready?
And the interview shot, not the
You want me to go forward?
Go forward.
Then from President Trump, I heard, let me get my shoes, and then wait, because he didn't want to be podium in Butler, Pennsylvania, as he spoke to a campaign crowd.
This is live
again
right now.
A report in the New York Post.
Listen to this guy.
Well, John Huddy is in Milwaukee. Is that correct, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
John, you're talking to the campaign people. What do you have for us?
Well, I'm outside the Pfizer Center, and this is where the Republican National Convention is going to be.
Okay.
Obviously, it kicks off on Monday.
Okay.
Go to wherever, when they go to the screen here.
All right. Okay. Now I understand what you're
okay.
saying. You
Yes.
didn't want me to go live. You just want me to get that guy talking.
Right. Yes. When they go, whenever that starts at right here.
All right. Let's try it here.
Hey, but Katrina, they were taking him out. It seemed like he was wounded, perhaps his legs or something like that, that he had difficulty walking.
I wouldn't be surprised, Greg.
Back more?
No, you're fine right there.
Okay.
If he was also in complete shock, just in that moment, the amount of adrenaline that I can only imagine would be going through when you do realize whether or not he saw blood on his hand, because we did see the blood coming from his ear where he was apparently grazed, and we're learning right now that the shooting at his rally is being investigated as a possible assassination attempt, according to law enforcement officials. Now, it certainly seems that that is what it is, again, but we just want to go with exactly what is being reported at the moment. But an absolutely terrifying moment. In that moment of fear, Greg, when the entire crowd started chanting USA, I still have goosebumps from that moment.
The attempted assassin reportedly is dead. We also heard from an eyewitness that they were trying to call attention to this person on a roof for some period of time before the shots started to ring out. There's also a report that another person, a rally attendee, just a regular person there, may have been seriously wounded. Yes. We saw CPR being performed on an individual, and a lot of folks trying to help him. And we don't have an identity. We don't have much of anything at this point.
Okay, I'm going to blast right to live.
Conflicting
Out of there, and then him getting up and waving his fist, saying what appeared to be fight. Don't know that for sure, but again, I can tell you
that's when I was reading his lips. Remember, and he was standing up and throwing his fist. He was saying fight. You know, I don't know. I just hope he doesn't come out and you know what I mean. I hope. Like us, that they, somebody settles him down first, obviously, check him out, make sure he's okay, blah, blah, blah. And let's see, Mr., ex-president, let us get all the information, don't go out on no live podium and say what you're, you understand? Because he's going to be too worked up,
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody just tried to murder him, but I don't know why he's worked up at all. What the fuck?
Okay.
Right, absolutely. Go ahead, Nomad.
Can I jump in with something?
Of course.
Can I jump in with something?
Go ahead, Nomad.
Okay. Okay, here's the deal. I got shot in Mid-East. I had body armor on, level 3A, not level 4, not rifle protection, but it was custom rifle. The adrenaline dump went in. I got hit in the left shoulder. It spun me. I got up. I chased the guy down. We resolved it. I came back. He stayed down. And afterwards, I was like a kid who drank too much Coca-Cola.
Hold on. we got some breaking going on here right now. Give me one momento. I forgot how to say that.
No, okay.
Yeah.
That have engaged in making sure that people and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to come back a little later tonight, but we'll put out a statement if I'm not able to if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem.
Oh boy,
but
here we go.
The idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I'm able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. But so far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do. Okay?
Mr. President, do you think this was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to, I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried for your own safety? With the security failing, Mr. President?
Yeah. Yeah, hey, thanks. Hey, Demas, thanks, buddy. Before, we would have missed that without you, so we were able to go back and get the guy on the roof thing. And yeah, no shit, they are the cause. Democrat, you
Say
can't
that
just,
again. I'm sorry, Fogman.
for Demas, I was just saying, we caught the guy on the roof thing.
Yeah.
We would have missed that if that wouldn't have been for you. And he's also saying, yeah, in reference to Biden, you're the cause. Well, no shit. These Democrats, man, words have meanings. Words have actions. You can't, you have them trying to. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, man. Yeah, but inside, I don't mean to cut you off by any means at all.
It's okay, Nomad. Speak up.
Okay. I just want to say something about the Trump crowd and Trump rallies that may not be discussed yet, but it will come out. Most of the people who support Trump are Second Amendment friendly.
Yep.
It showed discipline for people who may have had access to stuff that did not do something to add to an already chaotic situation. Other than the fact they couldn't bring something into a rally like that, but something was primarily where it was 3D printed or whatever. That's probably how the stuff got in. The second thing I know, this might sound off the wall right now, but going back about 10 or 15 years ago, there was an attempt on a European protectee, and it was very easy for people to dress and look and appear like a paramedic, a firefighter, or a cop. So you don't know, and we don't know yet. It's such early days yet, but the fusion and synergy of the agencies that Biden just mentioned about coming together, this is a national security event. It's not just a rally, and that's the bigger implication on this has not been felt yet, and it is going to affect security and election stations. It's going to have effect so much other things right now, and the actual quarterbacking, from one thing. My biggest peeve right now is news outlets making ratings on the back of somebody who was never killed. And it doesn't matter, as Fogman said, about who it is. It's an attack on democracy in the real sense of the word. And some of those people who have comments on either side of the aisle, it's going to come back and bite them on the ass. And the last thing is, law enforcement did their job. They did the job to stop the threat. And the quarterbacking will continue. And internally, I can tell you, it's going to be more vicious than the public disclosure. I'm telling you right now. This has been a career-changing moment for some people. I guarantee that. And it's not going to. It's going to take the fluff and the Facebook type generation. They don't even realize how serious this thing actually is. That's the problem. Some of the electorate of a certain demographic and age group, this does not matter to them. That's the problem. That's as big a problem as someone they're trying to kill a potential presidential nominee. But that's it. Biden can't say that it's an assassination attempt because it's a crime scene. But everybody knows it. When a person is arrested and they're arrested for a crime and it's on camera, they're still a damn suspect until they're actually arraigned before a judge. So the language of this has to be very, very cool and very, very methodical. And so if you accuse somebody, even though the guy is dead, because in law, you can defame a dead man. You can say anything about a dead man because he can't defend himself. But here's the thing. It's going to have a larger implication. Security at these events from local law enforcement or from venues or cities that host these events in the future, it's all changed now. It's all changed right now.
You made a great comment just a few minutes ago, Nomad, about discipline. And that's something that really got my attention. How many times have we seen in the past when, large crowds, fireworks go off, everybody runs like cockroaches, and they're trying to run over each other. There's a big stampede, and people were killed in the rush to get to the gates. What were all those folks doing? They were locking up.
Do you remember when? Yes, sir. Do you remember when Gabby Gifford got shot at a rally?
Yep.
I don't know the exact number. It was at least 2, if not 3, that were country weapons permit holders at that rally.
Yep.
And they decided not to engage the gunmen because they were afraid that they, number one, they'd be taken as a threat by law enforcement, and number two, that they could miss and make a situation worse.
Yeah.
So sometimes people don't get the credit for doing the right thing at the right time, especially when nobody's looking. And
exactly.
This is now going to change. That is the thing right now. I mean, this is going to have a spike in gun sales tomorrow morning. It's going to have an effect on the stock exchange. It's going to have an effect on any negotiations we have with anybody. And American democracy is front and center right now. You can't protect the nominee.
Yeah.
That's the message out there right now.
Yeah, I guess. But
it's the infrastructure and, more importantly, the media spinning of this.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's wrong. Give the guys who did the job credit. They stopped something, and that's it. That's it. How many times has Biden fallen off his bike?
Oh, shit, yeah. You know, my point about...
Hey, caller, you're on the air with a special edition of FFN Network. How can we help you tonight?
Where the hell are you?
Excuse me?
Where the hell are you?
I don't understand the question, sir.
Please.
Yes.
Me.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you mean? Where am I? I'm doing a live broadcast.
Do you know that Trump has been shot?
Yeah, Trump.
I just found out.
You just found out just now?
Just now. Literally just now.
All right. So you know where we are, and we have another caller on the line, okay?
All right. I'll see you.
Yep. Okay, Nomad, you still there?
Yes, sir, I am. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Fogman.
Yeah, my point about the crowd was if you look out there, nobody ran. I'm not talking about law enforcement. I'm talking about the people in that crowd. Nobody ran. Nobody panicked. They all had their shit together. They were ready to turn around and defend President Trump with themselves. Any of those people in that crowd would have thrown their body in front of a bullet, you know, to help this guy. And that's my point. That's the difference with all of this. You know,
That's some good
groups of people.
That's a good comment on the bottom if you want to read that there.
Yeah, we have there's a guy killed in the stands actually saved Trump's life. Bullet.
Hey, caller, you're on the air with a special edition of FFN Network. Hello, caller. Okay, Nomad, you still there?
All right. Well, anyway, apparently it kind of looked like maybe the bullet ricocheted after going through somebody else's head, according to this statement anyway. So that kind of makes sense.
Right. Absolutely. Hey, caller, you're on the air. FFN Network Special.
Yes, sir. It's a Nomad.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
All right, I got you back. I was just buzzing you. All right, go ahead. All right, so we got some from Charlie Ott commented that a guy killed in stands, the guy that got killed in the stands actually saved Trump's life. Bullet passed through his head before hitting Trump in the ear. We can't confirm that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a comment from one of our listeners and viewers. So we can't comment on that right now. The phone is just going off the hook, guys, so bear with me.
Yes, sir. Take the call.
Hey, caller, you're on the air. Special edition of FFN Network.
Hey, it's Rainey. How are you?
Hey, Rainey. What's going on, brother?
Hey, so listen.
Where'd you go?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
we
sir.
can hear you, sir. Go ahead, Rainey.
Oh, okay. I was hearing another voice. So I was listening to an interview with an emergency room doctor that did CPR on the guy in the stand. That
Can you speak up, please?
I'm talking as loud as I can.
Okay.
I was listening to an emergency room doctor who did CPR on the guy in the stand that was shot in the head. And he actually said that guy, by him getting shot in the head, actually saved Trump's life because it slowed the bullet down. If that bullet missed the guy that was shot, Trump would have taken the direct hit.
Holy shit.
Right. So the intent was to kill.
Well, yeah. What kind of establishment?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we didn't know before. It was fireworks. How many bullets were shot? Oh, it wasn't a ricochet, or the bullet did hit him in the ear. So does that confirm that the bullet did actually hit him and graze him in the ear? And that's what saved his life?
Yeah, well, the guy getting hit in the head, the guy that got killed, his skull actually.
Right, exactly. The bullet passed through his head and obviously changed the trajectory of the bullet.
Yep.
And the shooter, he was underneath the stands or on top of the stands?
He was up on a roof. They kept yelling. He's up there. Some guy was pointing to them. For 5 minutes, he was yelling at the Secret Service and the police. There's a guy up there with a rifle. Finally, somebody said, "Oh shit."
Okay.
Okay, because I was just confused by it because they pulled him out from underneath the bleachers, right?
No, didn't you watch the video? They're dragging him down the bleachers.
Oh, they're dragging him down. I thought they were pulling him from underneath it.
No.
Yeah.
No, he was higher up.
I watched the video, but like I said, to me, it looked like they were pulling him out from underneath it. All right, so they dragged him from that little roof there,
Yeah,
where the bleachers
shot
are. Okay.
Okay. And he had it was a rifle that he had.
All right. What caliber do you think it was? We have a comment to saying
they didn't mention the caliber.
Right.
We talked earlier about it. There is a 22 caliber, possibly subsonic, which means or with a suppressor or subsonic ammunition.
Nomad.
So, Nomad.
Yeah. Sorry, so hey, Rennie, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Good to have you on. Not bad,
Good.
so we're both in the same game right now. Listen, just for people who may not know, if you have an active shooter situation, you have a shooter, you have identified, you're not gentle with these creatures. You hear me? You get them down, you put them down, you put them down. We're not correct. You put them down in the dark. If we gotta go in and rescue a hostage, we don't know who's good, who's bad, or who's indifferent. But everybody's treated the same way until otherwise segregated, classified, and secured. So the protocols on that are there are different guys, different levels. You can imagine a wedding cake with different levels.
Okay.
If the guy was on an elevated position shooting down.
Okay, guys. I'm sorry, Nomad. I'm going by what's on. So, are we starting to see disinformation?
Oh yeah, it's already happened. CNN already immediately put out a report it was fireworks, and Trump fell off the stage.
And now you see what I just paused, right?
Where? What?
It says sources Trump hit by glass fragment.
Yeah, from the
okay,
teleprompter.
And if
from
the teleprompter. Okay, so then that coincides with Charlie Arch's comment that the bullet hit the guy in the head. If it didn't go through his head, Trump would have been dead. So
yeah, Trump wouldn't be here right now.
Okay, but now it's being a source says that he was hit by glass fragments.
Yeah.
You know
so,
what?
But that's what I'm saying.
That's what they're saying.
Where's the disinformation here? Okay.
I don't trust anybody.
Now people, excuse me, caller. Now people are they don't understand who Renee is, and we do. Okay. So as Renee being a source for us, we believe what he is telling us, and that's Charlie Arch. For those of you that are looking at the thing, okay. I heard you. I got that, Fogman. All right. So again, which one is it? You know what I mean? Did a bullet go through this guy's head? And that's what saves Trump's life? Or did the bullet go through the guy's head, hit a teleprompter, get glass, hit Trump in the ear? Well, I don't know. Again, that's why I'm saying, is disinformation being thrown around?
According to the doctor's interview, the bullet passed through. There was brain matter coming out the guy's head while he was doing CPR. So that's a clear indicator the bullet passed directly through his head.
Okay, so how is the doctor getting this forensic information?
He was doing CPR on the guy. He's a medical doctor.
Yeah, so that doesn't. You're doing CPR on somebody. You can't tell right away where the trajectory came. If the, yeah, they could tell real quick if he was shot in the back and a bullet came out the front, or vice versa.
Here's all the callers need to know. This was an assassination attempt on
right
presidential candidate, former president. That's the only thing we'd be concerned with. If the
man.
bullet hit the guy in the asshole, it wouldn't matter.
No, man.
Go.
Okay, here's the situation. Regardless of a fucking head wound or not, you're going to perform CPR. You're going to keep going until someone of an equal or more training takes over from you. If the guy has no head, you will still do CPR on the guy until you're told not to. So it doesn't matter where the entry or exit comes out. You will still do the same damn thing. And respectfully, it's too early to damn well tell where someone's going. I get Liz's point. How can you have ballistics on that? Listen, if you have somebody in a car crash and they have a head injury and there's something sticking through their damn head,
it's being reported now that Trump is in the hospital.
He's home. He's on the way home, I'm sure of it.
No, they just reported just now that he's in the hospital.
They have to keep him for at least 24 hours in and do checks on him because you're looking at
I'm just saying what's being reported. I'm saying what's being reported. I got 2 live monitors right in front of me. You gentlemen are on your cell phones. I don't know if you're watching or not. Okay, Fox News is reporting. Fox News is reporting that Trump is in the hospital. Okay, Newsmax reported that sources say Trump hit by glass fragments. Okay, and the point that I'm trying to get to, and the point that I'm trying to make, is which is it? Did the bullet kill the person in the stands and it passed through that person's head, then hit the teleprompter, then glass from the teleprompter is what hit Trump's ear? Because from everything that I understand, okay, and that everything that I watched tonight as far as videos, and it was live, okay, so nobody had a chance to edit nothing, all right? Teleprompters are in front of you, not behind you.
No, man.
Right? Teleprompters are in front of you, not behind you. Go ahead, Nomad.
Okay. There was at least 3 shots fired directly from what we can see of the 7 or 8 shots.
Yeah, what I heard,
yes, and I think you're right. And the shot sensor will also confirm that. But if you have a casualty in front, collateral damage in front, the shooter's going to move, and he's going to try and get in. So maybe by hitting the first guy, the poor innocent bystander, he had to take a different position to take a shot at Trump because he knew his time is limited, right? He's going to have suicide by cop, or he's going to end up missing. Either way, he's going to die. The shooter knew he was going to die.
Right.
That's the first thing.
Right.
The second thing is, if he was off his original position and he does have to shoot in panic in order to get rounds out, he may well hit a teleprompter or something else. Because when I talked to my guy, he said it was a superficial wound to the middle to the upper right earlobe of the president, and that will tie in with Peter's perspective.
Right. So that conflicts.
You're correct.
That conflicts. Thank you very much. That again. So, how did it happen? Again, what we're trying to do here with this special, okay, is get the truth out, get the facts out as best that we can. And we're not gonna say or make up shit that are not, is not parallel to what we're talking about. And I didn't mean that in a way to make it sound like I am saying that Chet's information is wrong type of deal. Okay, let's get that. I'm not Chet. I'm sorry. Renee's info out of the way. So we just had a very good discussion, Fogman, and Nomad agrees with myself a little bit as far as the shooter had to have reloaded and moved in a way, because there's no way shooting through the guy's head. The bullet goes through the guy's head and hits a teleprompter, and then glass hits Trump in the ear.
No, it was
Number
from behind
one,
him.
right? Thank you. Number one, the teleprompters are in front of him, not behind him. Okay, so unless again like the magic bullet and glass from the teleprompter did a backwards flip and hit Trump in the ear.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's what we're trying to get straight. Okay.
Well,
Cause,
yeah.
you know, we want to get it. We want to get it right.
Yeah. Well, we are not going to get that straight because we weren't.
Oh,
there.
not tonight. That's for damn sure. Not for
Um,
tonight. Let's see here. Okay.
And we'll get that information to you as quickly as we can, but not before we confirm it ourselves. There's a lot of stuff flying around social media, as you can imagine. X travels fast.
Now Fox is confirming.
So keep up as
well,
best
not
we
Fox.
can,
Well, Fox and
try to
AP.
answer some of these questions. Retired ATF Deputy Assistant Director Peter Forcelli is with us now. And sir, thank you for your time.
As an assassination
Good evening to you. You have
attempt.
watched the video. Can you take us through what you see
that's
in that
Pete.
2-minute period?
Pete Forcelli, remember him?
Sure. Thanks for having me, Bill. Yeah, look, President Trump is incredibly lucky to be alive. Had that bullet been a couple inches to the right, aimed to the right, it would have taken his life, I have no doubt. Keep in mind, the bullet travels faster than sound. So he felt that injury before he would.
Okay, so I mean, guys, just tell me I'm crazy if I'm not making sense.
Let's listen to him for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secret Service agents to put themselves between a gunman who is shooting at the president and the president. And then if you notice, while he's down on the ground, you heard one of the Secret Service operators say the shooter is down. And it's at that point where they start scanning former President Trump up.
Fucking ripping me off of everything I want to talk about. I got to wait for them to
just in the
confirm.
event, I would imagine there was another shooter. But terrifying. It's very sad that someone lost their life there. Incredibly lucky that President Trump did not lose his. And Secret Service did a phenomenal job. Again, not just in protecting the president, but in eliminating a threat rather quickly. So it could have been a much worse result, especially in such a crowd where other people could have been injured. Right. So we got off lucky, hate to say.
Yeah, I mean, Peter, how tough is it with these large political rallies, in this case, often outside, thousands of
no
people
kidding.
there? How tough is it?
Go ahead,
what
bring
kind of
that up
headache,
real
sort
quick.
of a nightmare is it for law enforcement trying to get that scene?
All right, what happened? All right, that's loading. Go ahead, Fogman, say that statement.
Yeah, he was that guy
all the
right
time.
there.
And oftentimes what you'll do is you'll magnetometer.
He's a deputy director of ATF.
He was on one of the I-12 shows, right?
He was a whistleblower for the Fast and Furious fuck up that the Biden administration or the Obama administration.
Yeah,
And
Pete Forcelli. Forcelli, yeah, I remember.
Nomad.
Semi-auto rifle.
Say again.
But they did a phenomenal job.
Ed Nomad, what'd you say?
Semi-automatic rifle. Semi-automatic weapon.
Semi-auto rifle now? Yeah, okay.
Okay, so Nomad is saying that was a semi-automatic weapon, rifle?
Yeah.
Yes. No reloading. It's a magazine. There's no reloading. So shoot, move. That's why Trump is alive. The guy had to move after shooting the first 4 innocents.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. That's what that's what I was. Again, I'm glad that we're catching a tiny bit of misinformation. Like, when's the story going to be the same on both, networks that we're watching right here?
Well, that's a great point. It's not going to get there because we are so polarized between left and right now. The left is going to try to spin this. You know how, and all of them, Democrats in general, will refuse to take responsibility for any of their actions.
Right.
They're going to find some way to blame this on guns or stewed carrots or something, and not take responsibility for any of this kind of crap. So anything that comes out of them is going to be disinformation. And then you're going to have the guys on the other side that are going to let no crisis go to waste, right? So they're going to be hammering everybody else. This shit's got to stop, man.
I agree.
You have Congress trying to impeach Supreme Court judges because they don't like their decisions, and It just has to stop.
Gentlemen, may I chime in here with a little something?
Yes, please.
First and foremost, Charles Arch, I owe you a steak dinner. You're the one who called this months ago. You said this was going to happen. If they couldn't put him behind bars, you said that they were going to take and they were going to try to assassinate him, and here we are. Now, until we know anything concrete about the person who was behind the trigger, everything that's going to be said is going to be conjecture, and everybody's going to be throwing waffles and pancakes and melting ice cream at each other until the truth becomes known. And since this is Donald Trump, we're not only dealing with FBI and CIA, whatever else. Trump has his own investigations, people. The truth is going to wind up coming out.
Oh yeah, you know that.
The truth, of course, the truth is going to come out. But if Democrats have any way, shape, or form to have to do with this, you're never going to know that. The first thing that came to mind when I heard about this already, and the shooting happened in a huge rally like this, was Sirhan. You know what I'm saying? The one who shot Robert Kennedy.
Right.
I mean, they didn't kill him, but he was alive, and till today, that's conspiracy. That he was set up to go and shoot at him. Go ahead, Nomad. I can hear you chiming in.
Yes, sir. I got you. And I have to speak. And Mr. B, welcome, buddy. I'm just saying. I mentioned just on the last show, just the last time, that there was a coordinated effort being done by state and federal law enforcement agencies with the view to having some sort of discourse or some sort of potential trouble around the election. And now here we are, 72 hours later, and we've got this scenario. So it's not a case of I told you so. This is expected. This is not if, but when. And now we have the when. So it is a situation, and Mr. B is correct. This is so early. There's so much up in the air. That's it. They did their job. They protected the man. God rest the man that was killed, and the person was injured critically. I don't know how good or how bad their chances are, but I think there's going to be the other side of it is the choice of venues that's going to be looked at now again. Where they're going to hold future rallies, and especially with what's coming up in the next week, Trump sentencing, how that's going to affect things. This is going to change the game. I've said it 4 times already. It's number 5. This is not the same election we had. This is completely a different game right now. In fact, it's not a game. This now is utterly serious. Utterly serious. And innocent people attending a rally, you're putting your life in your hands going. Which, if you're a believer in the Constitution, like going back.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. But people are still going to go anyway, or at least on the Trump side. I mean, DNC is already talking about having a virtual convention anyway.
Your DNC?
Yeah,
Nomad.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Nomad.
A crisis to a Trump supporter is something like this. Crisis to a Democrat is they go from 5G LTE to 2G and they can't fucking upload while drinking a Starbucks.
Yeah,
It's a completely
exactly.
different dynamic. It's not the same type of demographic voter.
Exactly.
The low information voter, this is not even going to register with some Democrat supporters on how serious this actually is. You don't realize it's happened to anybody, not just Trump, anybody. So now we're going to see, right, and January 6th is coming in the year. Look what happens now. If this guy is linked in any way to anything that is not in the same dynamic as Trump supporters are, will they be equally as free to bring it out in the open and admit that they have some people within their ranks that are not exactly stable? Let's see how
Right. So how do you think this? Right. Thanks for that, Nomad. So how do you think this plays out now? Do you think our conservatives and Republicans or whatever getting together? Are we going to see some rallying and burning shit down in the street now, or
No,
anything like that?
not on that end.
How do you see this playing out? Fogman, go ahead.
No, I think conservatives don't do that. That's not how they function.
Right.
Because they don't get paid to go out and riot and protest and destroy stuff. And Now with the DNC,
got to take off the day of work to do shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, because of the Palestine issue, because that's going to play out. That's why I said with the DNC, Democratic National Convention, they're talking about making it virtual and not having not having a real convention.
Oh, they'll probably there's no more thinking about it now. They're going to take this and they're going to run with it. Yeah, it's going to get done there.
Right.
And then they can control everything.
Yeah, and they have they're worried about the Palestine issue anyway, and like Biden supporting Israel, and all that. So they actually have more trouble about that than the conservatives do.
Absolutely. B, you look like you want something. You got something to say.
I'm just kind of wondering. We're talking about the DNC. What about the RNC? What are they doing? Have we heard from them yet?
No,
I don't know. There's nothing on the news. No news reports or anything.
They ain't. What
the DNC stuff was earlier. That was last week.
This is something that exactly, Fogman. This was the DNC stuff has been out for a while.
I would expect that somewhere along the line, somebody from the RNC, this being, Trump being their boy, somebody would have come out and said something, at least some sort of public announcement or statement to say that.
Not a word. Yeah, not a word. We've been monitoring. Like I said, I'm switching. Matter of fact, I just switched over to MSNBC because their headline says Donald Trump rushed off stage after shots fired. Yeah, that's all they got.
That's it. Yeah,
that's not MSNBC. Yeah. That's MOUSE. If you ask me.
Look, we can. Yeah, of course we can make jokes, but let's listen.
We're very close to the former president when this happened. Can you describe to me where you were and what you saw?
We were 6 rows back, right in front of his podium, straight back. And he was talking about his chart on this side. And he was looking directly at his chart. And when he went over to this one, that's when he was grazed here. He was shot. And if he would not have looked at his other chart, it probably would have got him in the head.
So he turned his head just in the nick of time?
Yes, he did. In the nick of time.
And Lester, let me just explain to you, and I want to follow up with you more, Vanessa, but this is what we were talking about earlier.
Okay, so like I said, I mean, are they taking names, guys, to law enforcement, so they can interview these people at a later time?
Oh yeah, of course they are. Yeah. Everybody.
Okay, I mean now because that she said 6 rows away, and just her statement alone, that was kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. They'll talk to all these people.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm saying that was like kind of nuts.
On the shooting that
she's saying that if he didn't move his head, he would have been shot in the head still.
What the hell? There's all kinds of stuff on Twitter, guys. I'm poking around there right now.
Badly injured. He goes on to say it is incredible.
Go ahead, Nomad.
Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to interrupt you guys in your conversation. What's going to happen is this: every social media, every cell phone, anything to do with anything is going to be looked at, and they know who's attending. You have to kind of list to get at a presidential rally, regardless of your party.
Right.
Everybody that went in had to have.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to hear him.
Everybody knew who everybody. You had to show some ID to get to that rally. You had to have your search going in. Okay. Which is going to bring up the obvious question: how did a guy get in with weapons? Inside or outside the perimeter? That's the second thing. Third thing is they'll use facial recognition technology. Which would primarily everybody in the country, unless you're of a certain demographic, they all have an ID, state ID or a driver license or whatever. So it's quite easy to pick up. If you have Facebook, you've got facial recognition working for and against you. The security services will utilize the same thing as well. They'll find people over a period of time who was actually there. Whether you're willing or not to come forward, they will find you and they will come and talk to you. Everything you have, every cell phone, every still, everything, including media, everything will be taken as part of the body of evidence, and they'll look at it. This will take a while. This will result in a commission being formed about this event. This will not just be just an ordinary crime scene. It's the assassination attempt on a potential presidential candidate. It has to be a grand jury level. special prosecutor type.
Trump, bullet ripped through my skin. That's a quote from Trump. Okay. Now, Fogman, are we about to look at what I think we're going to look at? The actual shooter?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Okay, unconfirmed, but it's from Laura Logan's Twitter account.
Yeah. I mean,
there's two things there. There's another one that is a map and a diagram of the guy on the roof.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
A couple of things here.
Right. Okay, so let's this is crazy. This is a good catch, my brother.
Yeah.
This is a good catch.
Let's see. Where did I get? Make sure I got you the right one.
It is my understanding that the shooter is down.
Yeah, the shooter was killed. We're getting this information again because we're not only live. I got what I got up on my boards with live, and Fogman's doing his justice. So, all right. So we ready? All right.
Yep.
There it is.
Look at that. See what that is.
Lá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. We can see the guy there.
So that's him right there.
Yep. Apparently, that's kind of weird, though.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. What do you want to say that's on your mind with that?
No, go ahead.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can see the guy there. I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead.
That's not the guy they were taking out of the bleachers, though.
No.
That's pretty weird. No, hell no. That guy's on a roof across the building. And I'm going to question that one because he's wearing camos. That very well could be a SWAT sniper or somebody like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with you there.
Look at the other one.
Let me see the second one over here.
Yeah, you should have.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting them up. I got a lot of stuff up and running, so I got to take shit down and put stuff up. All right, so okay, now this sucks. There we go. All right, so this is just all right. You're saying this was taken away from the shooter, or
which one?
Let me get it up here. We're looking for this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that came from either.
Right.
Exactly, but it is being.
The shooter. It says shooter was about 150 yards from Trump on a rooftop with a direct line of sight to the stage. It defies every security protocol ever written that this rooftop was not secured. And law enforcement personally were not standing up there. Anybody? Anybody?
No idea.
I'm beside myself, frankly. I can't believe that a rooftop so close to a presidential candidate was unwatched.
Yeah. Now remember, guys, this is Twitter too, so don't take it with a grain of salt. But until we get multiple confirmations.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if we have to say that like that for the rest of the night, fuck, man, no problem. I mean, we're not confirming. We're
just reporting. We're just
exactly
putting the information out there.
No, man.
Go ahead, Nomad.
On having worked alongside federal guys doing protective details, I would find that to be very unlikely. I know I'm saying something very early on, but knowing the people that I've walked alongside, and I was never Secret Service, I was never like that, I wasn't even a damn citizen. So I'm telling you right now, I would find that to be very unlikely. Unless that actual sector was given out to local law enforcement, where it's maybe not as proactive because they may not have experience with certain things. But I would not. Secret Service has more. Secret Service guys you see on suits are not the Secret Service. They're Secret Service. They're one part of it. There's a uniform element to it. There's a plain clothes element to it. There's a cyber end to it. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. There's a specialist AI drone element to it. There's multiple layers of security go on. It's like a wedding cake. So I would find it very unlikely that Secret Service at all missed something on that. It's not their first gig. It's not their first
I'm not buying
anything. I would not go with that. I would just,
I agree.
I would defend him.
I agree.
I would defend him.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a tough call because this is what you guys do. You know what I mean? But I mean, in all fairness, if that video is legit, okay, and I mean, the president of the United States came to our town. Okay, this was many years ago, over 25 years ago, but still, it was Bill Clinton came. Okay, and the Secret Service wiped out 2 blocks with the residents, made these people leave their homes because we have 3 tenement homes here, 3-deckers, stuff like that, and they had the people leave their homes. Said you can't stay in your house for whatever, a few hours to that nature and stuff. I only lived like a couple of blocks up the street, so we got the basic information. Anyways, in that situation, that shouldn't have been overlooked, correct?
Correct. Okay, but now maybe put some clarification on some of this. Do the one from Laura Logan next. I'm not sure about this either. But
Okay, well, because I got one ready to go, and I think it's a picture supposedly of the shooter.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look here. All right, in the caption up top, this is from Laura, like you said. He's just the poor bastard they got to take the shot / fall. We're not playing this game anymore. Who got him to do it?
Okay. Again, it's Twitter. All right.
Right. I mean, look, like I said, again, we're just going over these things here.
Okay. Now, do we know who the him is?
Not yet.
No.
Apparently, but apparently somebody does. Now, this last video might clarify some of the things we're just talking about. So let's do that one next.
All right. Let me set that up, and we'll get that going in about 5 seconds here. Okay. So, B, you was pretty oblivious to what was going on?
I was oblivious. I was buried of all things, in a book that I'm going to have the authoress as a guest on my next program.
All right. Okay. No plugs.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it later on. I'll talk with you about it.
Okay.
But I had no idea that this had happened.
All right. Okay, we're putting it up now.
Okay, let's see what this guy has to say.
All right, and you said what, Fogman? This is going to clarify some things?
Maybe. It's an interview with a guy that actually saw the shooter on the roof with the rifle get taken out.
Really? All right. Let's take Trump injured after. Okay.
Someone who was here. You weren't inside the event, but you were just outside. Tell us what you saw.
Okay, so yeah, somebody recorded this on a TV, like I did with my video.
Someone who was here. You weren't inside the event, but you were just outside. Tell us what you saw. So we had a party here all day. You can see behind us at the Brinkles Farming Greenhouse here. We had a party, and we all decided, hey, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally. Right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea. But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, and we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof. And he had a gun, right? He had a rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots rang out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%.
100%. And he was up there for a couple of minutes. He was up there. You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs?
Conspiracy.
Yeah, maybe. Did you see, I mean, obviously
Oh, come on. What this guy's saying?
Very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh, yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
What the hell?
The guy was on the roof right there. You can see the white roof right there.
Did you get a look at him? Could you?
No, other than he was, and that was it. It was over.
It's incredibly shocking.
The guy was on the roof right there. You can see the white roof right there.
Did you get a look at him? Could you?
No, other than he was in muted colors, tan type clothing. We saw the rifle flinging around as he was trying to crawl. I mean, we saw the rifle, 100%.
Do you know about guns? Do you know what kind of weapon it was?
Oh, I absolutely know about guns, for sure. No, I mean, it was a rifle of some sort. I wouldn't know, I wasn't close enough to read the label on it, but,
sure. But
it was a rifle of some sort. Yeah, absolutely.
So, how do you process what you've just seen?
I don't know.
He's wound right up, man.
I'll tell you is,
Adrenaline's still going.
If I walked up close to there with anything that Secret Service considered a problem, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now. But I don't know why a guy who we're standing there pointing out,
exactly,
the Secret Service is crawling up the roof. Yes, right there by that tree. We were outside the security perimeter. But
can the cameraman show the goddamn tree? Do your job.
Yeah, well, it's BBC, so
why is Secret Service not on every building here?
Well, there's a whole bunch of questions I think that are going to come.
There's a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah.
Yes, she was right in front of me. She kept going back and forth right in front of me. Yes.
Tell us about her.
I mean, nice horse, nice lady running with a flag. Seemed very, patriotic.
But what's the significance of her?
No, he asked me if I saw a horse.
Okay. All right, well, listen.
Fuck
sorry you
off.
had to witness that. That was a terrible thing. And you should stay safe with your family and
gotcha.
Yeah, all right, buddy.
Okay, yeah, that's enough of that. Well, that kind of coincides with the picture, that other photograph.
Wow.
I got one question.
Hold on. Hey, caller, you're on the air with FFN Network Special. Come on. Hey, caller, you're on the air with FFN Network Special.
Yeah, I'm back.
Well, who's back? Jesus.
This is Rainey.
Oh, okay.
Who is it? Hello?
Rennie.
Oh, it's Rainey. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller.
No, I just wanted to let you know I'm back.
Okay, cool. What do you, did you see those last videos? Or you just have audio?
So you're going to tie up the phone? What's? Are you staying with this? What are you doing?
All right, I'll hang up.
No, what are you doing? Do you want to join, or are you calling to ask a question? I don't know. Nomad, you there?
Yes, sir, I'm still here.
All right, we're waiting on you, buddy. You got something to go with?
Yeah, I just think I've been looking at the European and some other international news out there and watching going on. Everybody's focusing on.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Domestic stuff, but I mean, in the southern hemisphere in Australia, it's morning time, and they're already talking about how it's change the elections, how it's going to change the posture of U.S. defense policy and foreign policy. So this is much more than just an assassination on President Trump, an attempt on him. It's gonna show how weak America is right now. So we got to do everything we can to secure and consolidate and support law enforcement in Democrats are doing right now and let them do their job and not add to the chaos that's going to ensue in the next 24 hours in the media, especially here in the U.S.
Bogman?
Yeah, man, as a nation, we are so incredibly weak right now. This is going to hurt all of us across the board.
We got a comment from a Twitch viewer. These events will only make the situation in the United States worse. And what's their name? I can't pronounce that. Gone off the lips, something like that. If you'd like to let us know where you're from, we'd appreciate that because they did said the United States. So, yeah, this is the only way that MSNBC is coming across with their news right now, guys. I just want to take a minute just to listen to
picture what that position might
because
have been.
right now they're still saying Donald Trump rushed off stage after shots fired.
So that would have been several hundred yards away, in my mind, from where President Trump would have been speaking, and again off-site.
They're from Portugal.
Was it a hill or
Bogman
just
from Portugal?
Elevated area?
No,
the commenter
it's
from Portugal.
It's fairly flat from what I can think. But obviously, if you get on a roof, you're elevated. So,
that's
the showgrounds where they were at is all flat.
All right, so that.
All right,
I'm trying to get where I can
Mr.
pause.
Goldinger, thank you so much for coming
none
on
of these
and
allow
speaking
me
with
to
us.
do
We
that.
continue to watch these pictures again. We've played them, we know, over and over again, but I feel like you see something different. One of the things in my previous reporting with the Secret Service, you see that woman appears to be around the president. One of the things they are trained to do is to take their hands and then work it across the person's body and find out if there are other wounds that may have not revealed themselves yet. And they
Okay,
certainly do
Fogman,
that
I heard you.
once the protectee is put into the vehicle.
Go ahead, B.
To make sure that they can get an early read.
We can sit here, we can decry these things and say how terrible the country is and so forth, and what kind of dangers we're in. I am reminded of a quote, and it speaks to me now. It sounds volumes. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country. If we take this now, take this all into us, this can solidify and unify our party and really bring home what it's going to take to exercise a win from this election process. This is only going to take and solidify and harden the resolve of the people to put President Trump back in office.
Fogman, you want to respond to that?
No, I think that's seriously important. I hope that's what happens, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see, man.
So I'm sorry.
We all remember 9/11. A horrible tragedy that brought us all together.
Right.
This isn't, of course, is nowhere near that level of the situation, but we do the nation as a nation. We do need a something like that, unfortunately. Because as Americans, we all suck it up and pull together when bad shit happens. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen again.
Right. So, all right. If I understand correctly, B is saying, and you're agreeing with him, that you're saying Republicans and conservatives are going to rally even more to vote Trump in, or do you think that he's going to get some kind of sympathy from some Democrats?
Well, I would hope everybody would rally and put a stop to this nonsense. We're just have to wait and see. I don't know.
Right.
I don't believe it's going to be a matter of sympathy. I think it's going to be a matter of national priority and necessity.
No, it's not. This is Trump that we're talking about.
I know.
Oh, it's not.
I know.
I'm telling you. It's
not. I'm not saying the Dems are going to come along. I'm talking about the Republicans. The Republicans who have been so divided and doing so much infighting, I think they're going to take and finally quiet down, and they're going to come together and they're going to bring it all in.
Okay, I understand now.
Well, but I'm going to ask anyways. Are we talking about the Senate and Congress?
Senate,
are you talking about
Congress,
them?
local people, whoever the pundits are that are flapping their gums or whatever
Okay,
else.
because I'd buy it
All
more
of
if
the
you was
people
talking
coming
about
together.
the infighting with the Republican Party and stuff like that. Yeah, I would agree with that a little bit. You know what I mean?
Maybe rhinos will quit being rhinos and get their shit together and start doing what they're
Right. It's that if they're all sitting there going, holy, crap, we really gotta, come together as a party now. And
Because
I mean,
now that this has happened,
this is insane, man.
now that this has happened and it failed, this is going to embolden
All right,
somebody else to come out and
senior
do it
White
again.
House correspondent is on a line here. Let me try and pop him over here real quick. All right, let's get that volume going.
That we will just get some more written information. The president says he is trying to get in touch with Donald Trump. I reached out to a White House official. It does not sound like that has happened yet. They're going to keep us posted. And President Biden, the big point that he was making while he was denouncing this action is he said Trump had a rally that should have been able to go off peacefully without any problem. He said the idea that there's political violence in America like this is just not appropriate. He's asking everybody to condemn it. A few minutes after this happened,
why would he say political?
A very high-ranking White House official to ask what exactly was going on at the White House, what the National Security Council might know about this.
Biden, Nomad. Could you answer that? Why would Biden say political?
Because the guy's an idiot.
Nomad, are you still with us?
I think we might have lost him.
No, it still says he's going.
Oh, okay.
It's my understanding that Biden was in a church somewhere going through worship service when this happened.
Somebody want to answer? Go ahead, B. Keep talking.
Well, that's the information I have is that Biden was somewhere in a church.
Nomad,
is worship service when this.
All right.
And Biden is as disconnected, as a garden hose is to a cat.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, buddy, hey, Mr. B. I have a different perspective on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to say what I say anyway, right? I think a number of things have to happen first before you see anything. One, we got to find out the ideology and the identity and the makeup and whoever this guy was, this shooter was, before you can fully sort of say that we're going to rally support around him. We're 4 months away from election, and never underestimate the power of stupidity or indifference. If something else happens between now and November, this will be forgotten about. Not forgotten about, but it'll be relegated down to a lesser event than actually how serious it is. Number two, Biden probably already had a statement already prepared for an event like this, because they've been keeping the fires going with the rhetoric saying that MAGA this and MAGA that, and so I'm sure they've already had a press release ready for something in the event something happens like this. That's the cynic in me. That's just how it is. PR and optics matter, right? And he's failing because he can get some traction from something even temporarily. That's it. As regards the rhinos, I do not agree. I think that they will rally around only literally, pardon the pun, when the gun is put to their head, and it has been right now. So they will do something. They have to come off the fence or sit on the pot. But the bottom line is they're going to have to rally around the nominee. The presumptive nominee is Donald J. Trump. However, it does not mean guaranteed success between now and November. Because now they can say, is he fit for office? Is he traumatized? Is he this? Is he that? Some of the same arguments we're throwing against Biden, they're going to try and throw against suitability of Trump. Even though it won't work, they will throw everything they can and hope that something will stick. So I think he will be the nomination. He will win, but not because of this event. This event will show the polarization of U.S. society already. We already see it. Now it's laid bare for all it is. And the networks who support and try and downplay this are absolutely part and parcel of the failure to inform the U.S. public properly.
Bogman?
Yep, I think that is completely correct. They are going to have to get off the fence and do something.
I mean, I mean, some things that I'm reading here now, and some things from I'm getting is Civil War. Civil War.
Yep. Yeah. No. No. That would take something completely different.
From what I have been seeing and hearing and so forth, I wouldn't say quite yet a civil war, but definitely a number of different factions. All
Sorry, go ahead.
Definitely a number of different factions, all steeped in their own idea of what America should be, fragmenting and going off and trying to start their own little groups. But as organized civil wars, I don't see that happening now. It could happen in the future, yes, but as things lie right now, no.
Yeah. Well,
Nomad.
Go ahead, Nomad.
I think, and thank you, Mr. B. I agree with you. I don't think we're going to have a civil war. I think the talk about it is only inflammatory. I think it's not what we need right now. I think we need cool heads to prevail. I think the power of the ballot box is really now front and center, and people need to get up off their ass and go vote in November and make their vote count. Because I tell you something, right? A bullet doesn't stop democracy. It doesn't stop the process. The U.S. is a concept. It's not just a country. And the fact that our elections in the last couple of years have been somewhere, smeared with conspiracy and whatever. Listen, the power of the people is in the people, right? And ordinary people at that rally stopped what happened. Ordinary people who put on a badge, there are people who died today that were patriots that died at that rally. That man, God rest him, is a patriot in my books, because whether he intentionally or not, but basically, he saved Donald Trump, regardless whether it was by default or design. So that's the first thing. What will happen to him and his side of it? The last thing I'll say to you is this. Look at the silence from the major personalities within the Democratic Party. They're scrambling now. But I tell you this, and this might sound silly, but I'm going to say it anyway. This event actually gives Joe Biden a break, because now the attention's gone off his mental state and mental cognitive side of it. His dementia is now second, third, and fourth to the fact that the main story is going to be someone tried to kill Donald Trump. People forget that Biden can't put stocks on. They're going to remember more about Trump's stocks, and they'll use it to say that everybody who attends or any connection with Trump rally is quiet. You don't have that at Democratic rally. Now, the people, well, I think this is going to suit Biden's play. They'll forget about Biden's mental state and focus on Trump. Trump's situation today will guarantee him election, but not in the way that we thought 24 hours. It's a different.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. You're breaking up really bad again. We're losing your
I'm sorry.
signal. That's all right, man. It's not.
I will sign out because I must have it again. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, buddy. We'll talk more later. But yeah, you're fading out really bad now. So I think we're probably gonna wrap this up pretty soon.
Bye.
Frogman, I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
This fellow that was talking about having been a witness to the person who's apparently the shooter crawling up the building and crawling across the roof or whatever else. Rather than standing around talking with the BBC, why wasn't he put under wraps and taken to get debriefed?
Yeah. Well, they probably didn't get to him yet. I'm sure he will be. He will be at some point. But how many people are there though? There's probably 25,000 people there. It's going to take a while. But they'll know who and where everybody is, and it's not like a crime scene outside of a bar where you just witnessed a shooting. There's a lot more to this.
Did Nomad have to
go?
Okay.
Yeah, he did. And I'm going to have to wrap up here too, fellas, pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up in a few minutes because we're gonna stay right on top of this.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, so expect to hear it on all the upcoming shows until we get to the bottom. Again, here's MSNBC just saying Trump injured in an apparent assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Trump campaign, former president was evaluated at local medical facility. Okay, and that's where we are at right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to FFN Network special edition of the Trump assassination attempt on former President Trump's life. That's safe to say, right?
Yep. Looks like it.
Absolutely. I've got one last question to kind of throw out there, if I could. Does anybody know where the round went after it grazed Trump?
Yeah. They're not even at that point yet.
Yeah,
B.
They'll figure that out at some point.
But you never know.
They're not even at that point. Again, I agree with you, B. I mean, they're saying, glass, there's all kinds of stuff being thrown out. Yeah. But we will have our facts together as we continue to report this situation on the FFN network.
Yeah, that very well could be that that's what hit the teleprompter. In other words,
right?
It could have gone there, yeah. But,
right. Well, my argument to that is the teleprompters are in front of him, not behind him.
Well, yeah, but I mean, clipped his ear and continued on his merry way.
Oh, and hit a teleprompter, not go through the guy's head, hit the teleprompter, then glass hits Trump. No, there's no way.
No.
Anyways, again, go ahead, Fogman. Say goodnight.
Yeah, thanks, folks, for joining in with us. That was a live broadcast. There was a lot of stuff going on. And want to thank all the contributors. We had stuff from Twitter. We had CNN, BBC, Fox News, Newsmax,
MSNBC,
MSNBC. A lot of people. Good contact.
Associated Press.
Colors. Yep, Associated Press. But anyway, we're kind of done for the night. So we'll be back, though. We'll talk about this some more and, say a few prayers.
Let's not forget about the victim that lost their life.
Yep.
Okay.
Prayers for the victims and for our country. God bless America.
Absolutely. God bless.
Trying times right now, folks.
I think it's only appropriate. B, why don't you say your good nights while I'm looking this up? And I think this is appropriate for us to end out the show with.
Ladies and gentlemen, say some prayers for the nation, for the people who lost loved ones, and those who are in fear. Let our hearts be with them. Have a good evening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love to each and every one of you out there. Be kind. Keep your head on a swivel, ladies and gentlemen. In other words, if you see something, say something. That's it. Good night. Peace to everyone.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You have just watched an FFN Network production.